Professor Duncan, welcome to Mary Ann Hammett's presentation. This is the audience she will be speaking with.
For some people, confidence is not something you are born with. Confidence is built through life experiences and mistakes. Most of the time, you do not even realize the situations you are going through as a kid and a teen are changing who you are and making you a better person. I was not what you would call a confident kid, but through a series of events in my life, changed me and made me a better person. Has anyone here ever found that one thing that they are truly, deeply passionate about? I have, and at a very young age. From the time I was 8, I can remember playing softball in my church softball league every summer. I started out playing t-ball, moved up to machine pitch, and finally slow pitch. Through these years, I became friends with the recreation director, and as I was old enough, he offered me the job of fields keeper. Truly, the only reason why I got this job was because both of my brothers before me had had the same job, and I was out there with them every day, voluntarily helping them out. So I already knew what the job entailed. It was the best job for me, because it wasn't work to me. It was fun. I was outside working every day, lining the batter's box and the baseline with chalk, setting the bases, and even keeping score and umpiring a few games. As my middle school years passed on, I thought about what it would be like to play for a high school softball team. There are many high schools in my district that had really good district-winning softball teams. Unfortunately, the one in my district was not, and it was not my preference. Also, I was in the orchestra playing the violin, and there was only one high school that had the best orchestra program. So I followed my brother to Caddo Magnet High, not knowing if they even had a softball team. Within the first few days of school, I found out that they did have a team. It wasn't very big, and it wasn't the best, but it was still a team, and I was excited at first. And everyone here remembers what it was like to be a freshman, either in high school or college. New people, new school, new teachers, new everything. I was no exception. I even let it get to my love of playing softball. Within the first few weeks of school, I found the information about the tryouts for the team, and I made plans on going. I got butterflies just thinking about the possibility of playing on a high school competitive league. When the day came, and I went to the meeting, as I walked in, I had so many feelings bottled up inside. I was excited, nervous, and scared about all the new faces I was seeing. The coach and the captain stood up and started talking about their plans for this season. They introduced last year's team players. Most of them were seniors and had been playing competitive ball for the last 4 years. They're very intimidating. They also made a point that they were here to win and not to just play around. By this time, I had been talking myself out of it, saying that I had nothing to offer this team. I never played on a competitive league. I was just always playing slow pitch. So I did not go out for the tryouts. Throughout the year, I watched them as they practiced for the games, as they wore their team jerseys on game days. I was kicking myself every day for being a chicken and giving up. Freshman year came to an end and summer began, and of course I went back to my church league and played ball. This year was different though. I was more determined to practice harder so I would be more confident in my abilities to go out for my softball team my sophomore year. As summer ended, I got excited. Not as so much nervous or scared, but excited, because I knew I was going to do it. And if I didn't make the team, at least I tried. So once again, I attended the meeting, but this year was different, because the coach the previous year had retired, so the vice principal was stepping in along with all of his other duties. Also, since last year's team was primarily made up of seniors, they'd all graduated. Half the team was already gone. So they were worried about only having enough players for one team. We all went out to the tryouts, and we did have just enough for a JV team, which was good. There was only 13 of us, and the 2 captains were pretty much running the show. We got to know each other really well, we got to learn each other's weaknesses and strong points, and it made us better players. We did not win a lot of games that year, but we had a lot of fun. And by the end of the season, the captains had to choose who they wanted to be the captain the next year. And they chose me. who was the one that was intimidated the year before, and now I'm a captain. It was amazing. Before I knew it, my junior and senior year was over. I had been doing what I loved those 2 years. I was running the show. I made the batters line up, I picked the field positions, ran the practices. It was great. But the time came for me to graduate, and I thought about playing college softball, but it wasn't really ideal. So instead I joined the reserves. But I know that being a major part of my high school softball team helped me become more confident in my abilities and allowed me to become a firefighter in the Air Force and now a paramedic and soon a nurse practitioner.